Okay, it says we're live. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
This is Jeff and I are back for another one of our tarot and poetry shows. And tonight we have a special guest, Caleigh from
Hello.
FogoPogo. So she is joining us. She writes poetry. She has created her own puppy dog Lenormand deck that she will be showing off shortly, and another cool, fun little deck that she has. And I'm just looking at catching the chat with Allison and with Steven. So okay, it's just like squirrel, you know. That's the one thing about running a live show. You're talking to your guests, but then out of the corner of your eye, you see all the chat going on. So yes, everybody, welcome for another poetry and tarot. Um, Jeff and I, along with Caleigh tonight, what we love doing on this show is sharing our poetry, sharing lyrics, other poetry, other favorite poems, or writers or artists. And typically we will do a collective. It seems it seemed to organically grows into a or flows into like a collective, and then we can pull a card each for the collective and then share insights. And so we're still working out the nuances, but thank you, Jeff, for continuing to do this with me. I
You're very
absolutely
welcome.
love it. I love having a poetry, a poet sidekick, and now I have another one, Caleigh. So really quick, let's say hello to a few people that have popped in. We have Stephen, Cosmic Orphan, with his rockets shooting off. We have Miss Allison, Aries Girl Tarot, who will be actually with Gerald and the gang tomorrow night for Caffeinated and Unfiltered. So make sure y'all check that out. Yes, best mod ever. Thank you, Stephen. Um, yeah, we all love Allison. Let's see. So I think we saw, yep, Moira. Hello, Moira D. Welcome. I see Samantha. Hello, Samantha. And Shazad. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you for joining us. Um, I see this. They're talking about the bus driving and everything. And do we have anybody else pop in? Chat is jumping. And here's Nalani. Hello. That's Hypnicity. That's Nalani. Hello from Washington State. We were just watching videos today on YouTube with Bigfoot and how they've been tracking, in the history and the stories of Washington and into Oregon and stuff. So pretty cool area. So I did say it right. Okay. Awesome. Thank you for being here. And just so people know, tonight we probably will not be doing personal readings. We will be pulling a card, though, from the collective at the end of the show. But tonight I would like to go ahead and put up into the hot seat our special guest, Caleigh. Take it away and share everything you were sharing with Jeff and I backstage.
Sure. So hi everybody. I'm Caleigh or FogoPogo. I basically started out on my intuitive journey. Probably starting May would be the real hard and fast date of last year. I've been intuitive since I was about 7. So this was really no big surprise, but tonight's my first show. Yay.
Yeah, I don't have a cowbell.
Got the nerves, but I know everybody, so I'm just gonna grab the decks that I was showing everybody backstage. So the deck I'm gonna show first is actually the one, you'll see it in the description down below. You can email me if you want a copy. You'll have to mount the cards yourself, as they're scans of actual drawings I did. But it's a Lenormand deck with dog breeds, and I actually ended up making it originally for a friend. I worked at a pet store, and she would bring in her tarot cards, so when it was slow, we'd do readings. And so I created it for her. So I'll just go through and show you a couple of the cards so you get an idea. So We have the poodles for both men and women. Let me find some. Spirit is a bull terrier. Fox. So fox terrier. So I tried to choose, when I was going through, I tried to choose different breeds that were associated with the different signs. So for example, like star, we have a Caleigh for Lassie, of course.
Mm-hmm. And you got a looks nice already. You got a compliment from Shazad. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Got to look, make sure I look at the comments too, right? Mm-hmm. Got a son. So actually, some of these cards are actually based on dogs, my friend's dogs. So this is actually based off a dog I know in real life. I'll find one more here that I really, really like.
And really quick, Caleigh, Stephen just put this up for you. This evening, we welcome Caleigh, whom we know and love in chat as FogoPogo. She's also a fellow artist and poet. Like we've been saying, best mod ever. So yes.
You will notice on my channel, I don't have much. There's some music videos that I made based on TV shows from about 8 or 9 years ago when I was in university. That's about the only thing on there right now, but that may change.
So you guys just welcoming you as well, you. Moira, intuitive chat newbie. So welcome to Moira. This is what I'm saying. I love our oh,
ciao ciao for a moon.
Ciao ciao.
And then the other deck, which isn't mine. And if there's any specific Lenormand card you want me to pull and show you, I can definitely do that. But the other deck I'll show you is actually one a friend of mine had, and I saw it, and I was immediately, went and bought it. Even, Gerald purchased responsibly. I did not. I went and bought it anyway.
And really quick, Allison says, I'm absolutely loving this. I'm a huge dog person. She is. This is just adorable.
I thought you might like it.
Yep.
Just email me. I can send you a copy. I have it scanned. So the deck is this one here.
Oh yeah, this is a cool deck.
So this one you can buy if you Google the Fable Makers animated tarot deck. It'll pop up. Oh, Moira wants to see garden. I can definitely pull that one. It's up. Actually, it's the top of the deck. So it's a Jack Russell.
Aww. Very cute.
So you might notice that it says animated tarot. So you're like, okay, animated? How can you have a tarot deck that's animated? Well, I don't know if you guys have ever seen cards like this before, but they're lenticular. So they actually move.
Here, I'm going to put you in the bigger so they can all see.
Perfect, yeah. So the image is actually...
Isn't that awesome? Yeah.
So all the cards are lenticular, so you have all the different suits. So this one, the coins move, and you have the wind.
Oh yeah, and his robe.
But yeah, so I definitely got this deck more for the looks than functionality. As I was explaining to them backstage, this is half the deck. So it's very thick. But they're a lot of fun to use too. So yeah. Alrighty. This one's one of my favorite decks, but
we're going to show any more. Okay. I was going to keep you on the big screen in case you wanted to show anything else. Nalani says it's a very cool deck. Shazad said very attractive, and Moira says that looks tricky to make. Yeah, and tell them it's so big that you have to separate them. She can't. They're so because of the layers.
To store them, they're in 2 separate bags because I have to split the deck in order to store them. This one I didn't make. This one I bought. You can buy this one online. This one here is the one I made. So I did the drawings and everything for them. And I actually, what I did today so I could shuffle them and everything is I actually just mounted them on like mini playing cards like you would for, poker or whatever. Like they're just a playing card, and I glued the pictures that I drew on to them. So
Very
That's where I
cool.
was saying, if you email me, you'll have to kind of make your own. You'll have to mount them yourself. But if you're allowed, you can have the pictures.
I just had an idea because this is how an artist's brain works.
Mm-hmm.
Do you plan on offering just a black and white copy so that people wanted to color the decks themselves? You have your original drawings, your artwork, but there's one that's already colored, or for some people who like to play with shading and tones and color palettes, do you think you might do a black and white?
I would definitely have to
Just an idea.
redraw them because the pictures I have on there, they're already like the scans of what I colored when I made the deck originally.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. But I just thought
But
that
hey,
would
an
be
idea
kinda
for a
cool
new
too.
deck. I could definitely make a new one.
Yeah. Let's see. Moira says, "Can you scan the photos and upload to make playing?" Yeah. Are you able to contact Make Playing Cards and have them print them out for you?
That would be that would actually be something to think about. Yeah, I hadn't thought about it because I've kind of been making them like one-off for people. So I hadn't really, if I got enough interest, it would definitely be something I could think about doing.
And her email is down below. So if you are interested, just let her know, send an email, and she'll keep a list. She'll start making a list of people who are interested.
Also, if you want to just get together, chat, on Zoom or something like that, because you like my vibe, I'm okay with that too.
Very cool. And Rosanna, that's Rossi. She has joined us. So, and thank you, Stephen. There's Caleigh's channel. And was there anything else you would like to share with us before I ask Jeff what he's been up to? Though I can pretty much tell he's probably been up to no good. But
I mean, I got my poetry, but I was gonna wait till you guys got on that.
About what?
Well, I have some of my poems, but I thought I would wait.
Well, let's find out what Jeff's been up to. So, Jeff, what are you up to? What you been up to?
What am I up to? I'm almost done with the third book. I have to have the copywriter look at it because every time I look at it, I find 100 different things that need to be changed. So I usually like a second or third pair of fresh eyes on it, or 4 if they have 4 eyes. Maybe that'll take fewer. And I'm
thank you, Stephen.
Also developing through someone I'm collaborating with right now, something musical, not a musical, but someone is actually going to adapt some of these to song. So we're actually looking to.
Is it somebody in our community we may know? Because
no.
No. Okay, because there's
no. I had to think about it for a minute because I don't want to undercut if they are on here, but I am trying to flesh that out. Plus, I am doing the psychoteropathy readings on my channel. Thank you, Shahaz. Thank you, Shazad. Sorry. And I'm still developing the psychoteropathy for entertainment purposes only idea that you look at a card, you see the first thing that flashes at you, I give you a little prescription, and then you self-diagnose based on that poem, which is the prescription.
Very cool.
I want that to be my sort of big thing because I want to do more lives by myself in addition to others or with others. So that's where I'm looking right now. But the real thrust of what I was doing this weekend, probably Friday and Saturday, was listening to edits of some things that were kind of sparsely electronic that I kind of liked. Some of it with like a late 90s industrial feel to it, which kind of turned me off, but I'm looking for an ambient type of sound to match some of these. Even with the spoken word atmosphere, I'll take it, but I kind of think... What
about Steve Roach? Have you ever heard of Steve Roach?
I've never heard of Steve Roach.
He's been putting albums out since like 89, 90.
Steve Roach. Yeah. Roach. I've heard the name, but I've never listened to it.
He's up to the point now where it's like almost 3 to 4 releases a year. It's all electronica, ambient. He works with other people. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to check that out then.
And Rosanna, really quick, said Linda D. Gonzalez would be good for that, Jeff. I'm not sure if she meant the cards throwing out and being an image
for that, or for the music. I'm trying to,
I think it might be for the now,
reading.
what do you call them again? The
psychoteropathy.
Psychoteropathy. Okay.
Yeah. Psychoteropathy reading.
It's we all have our specialties. Our own individualities.
The polyterology, the psychoteropathy,
Yeah. We carve that little niche out for us. So and Stephen just put it in the chat, the link to Jeff's book or books.
Thank you, Stephen.
So you can find that. And the last time we talked, you said your book was available on Kindle.
It is available on Kindle.
Okay.
It is.
There you go.
It's lower in price, but the promotion is over, so it's back to where it was before. Okay. Unfortunately.
Sounds like someone's fighting the cold too, like me.
Yeah. I had my emergency already tonight, and I've been taking my zinc and whatever. I can't seem to knock it out. It's been over a week, but
yeah. Well, this time last year I had COVID, so when I started getting the sore throat this morning and a little bit of the headache, I was like, no.
Yeah, that's when I worry. But they say this one has this new variant, the J1N1, has a different component to it. But then again, I would think a sore throat might be common to so many different things that it wouldn't be a determinant of that. So
the last time I had it in October, it was basically the only thing that told me it was COVID over something else was the sore throat.
Yeah, that's why I'm afraid of it too. Yeah.
But that was the worst of it. It was basically just a bad cold at that point.
Oh, and right now so many people are getting it. It's ridiculous. It's whatever.
So just drink plenty of water.
Our new flu.
Yep, you got it.
Healthy immune system, washing hands, so important. But a lot of people don't realize when, I'm even still in stores where people are coughing, they're not even covering their mouth. I'm like, hello, we just had shit, be polite, Some places are like this one big, huge petri dish, when you go out. So, yeah. In the winter. Yep. Same here. So really quick then, for me, just working on art projects, going through 13 years of artwork in my portfolios, spending money, having to charge it, but getting protective sleeves for the artwork, trying to save what I could from college. I would love to share that on YouTube, on Facebook and Instagram, but because it's adult drawing, it was figure study, I can't share it. So it would have to be private. But the other work, I'm just like, damn, I just I can't stop. So I've just really been going through, looking at stuff, going, ugh, garbage, and then then save some. Been doing that, getting ready for this week with shows. While we're at about shows, let's see. Again, tomorrow I will be with Nancy, and Jane the Seeker will be joining us for the Goddess Messages and Divine Feminine. Wednesday we will be looking at a woman whose body remains were finally discovered. She's been missing since 2020 in Colorado. Her name is Suzanne Morphew. So we'll be reading on that. Allison, like I said, I sent you a couple text messages today. So when you get the chance, let me know if you'd like to join us or not. And then Friday, I have my show with Allison, and it's going to be new moon. So I'm thinking about maybe having Miss Ginger Faye join Allison and I, and we can do readings for new moon. And that's pretty much it. Was there anything else that you want to share coming up this week that you're doing that you want to share, Jeff or Caleigh, before we start doing our poetry?
I had the big 3 today, the 3 shows I was on, and then I'm kind of out of downloads right now. So until I can hone or actually finesse some of these other issues that I'm having about what I'm going to read on. I have nothing in the pipeline yet. So,
Okay, so Rossi, thank you, Rossi. We have to speak about this. What's that?
that
Editing?
would, yeah, that would be the book. We figured out what she was talking about. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think she either wants
gotcha.
to edit or do some artwork or something on it. I've got to talk to her. So,
Very cool. One of my goals is to have a book of my poetry and have like a piece of artwork on the page opposite. So that's something that I would like to do.
yeah,
Um,
that
so
multimedia bit is done well by um
I'm just not techie savvy.
trying to
I need
remember her
help.
name.
Yeah. Hey,
I
Caleigh, you
can't
got any? Oh, I'm sorry.
I can't remember her name. Go ahead.
Okay. Caleigh, you got anything coming up that you're like? I know you're doing aqua lead and you're doing shamanic, studies. Anything you want to share that
Yeah.
you got coming up this week?
I mean, nothing like live or anything YouTubey for me, but there are a couple people I guess tune into. So there'll be tomorrow, actually the same time your show is, Heather. There's on Twillo, there's Twillo Talk on Tanis's channel.
Yep, with Jennifer. Yep.
Yeah, so I
She's
tune into
awesome.
that every week. Yeah, and then those that are actually local to Ottawa, so that's Ottawa, Ontario, and Canada. If you're local to Ottawa, Tanis Twillo Lifestyle, she actually has an enlightenment evening tomorrow night. So she does that once a month, where it's basically a big kind of social get together. So if you're local, if you go to twillolifestyle.com and you go under events, you'll see it listed there. And it's a lot of fun. I go to them every month, and it's just great to socialize with other, woo-woo people. So.
And I didn't realize it today. We probably already talked about it, but with my memory, Caleigh is our neighbor up north. So
Yep.
I was like, I thought you were in Virginia. And she's like, no.
No, almost directly north of you.
Almost directly north. So awesome. So you are our guest this evening. So let me put you in the big seat. And you can go ahead and you can start sharing any of your poetry, anything that you would like.
Sure. So I went through my iPad and looked at some, because poems tend to come for me when I'm laying at bed at night trying to fall asleep. And so I end up just typing them on my iPad because that's what's convenient at the time. So I have 3 that I wrote down. So if I'm okay to read off those, I'll do that.
Go ahead. That's what we're here for. Go for it.
Alrighty.
I've got my book.
So let's see here. So the first one I'm going to do, I actually, it's titled Abundance. So I wrote it over New Year's. So I manifest what's meant for me. Abundance, yes, but not the type that grows on trees. While money's nice, it's more than that. It's soul deep abundance. Roll out the welcome mat. Friends amassed, the authentic kind. Family close, gratitude you'll find. Looking within for that lost spark, like the piece of land to Noah's Ark. A warm place to sleep, full belly and heart. Each of these things plays an integral part. Abundance can make a lot out of a little, if only you dare to solve its riddle. So that's the first one. And then the next one I did was Ode to the Willow. So this one was actually one that I think it was Annie Bear challenge was like, oh, somebody should write a poem about the willow. And so then I ended up going ahead and doing that. So Ode to the Willow. To the one whose roots run in soil deep, fingers to water so the moisture seep, whose leaves the sun does gaze upon, and the wind blows through in gleeful song. Healing bark, pains removed, a gift, at one whose sight my spirit lift. Whisper your thoughts and whisper your worries. Take a moment beside her from life's hurries. Willow, grandmother, teach us your ways. For you we hold in hearts all of our days. So that's
Beautiful.
the second one.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a willow tree save my life. So I love willow trees. Yes.
There's one actually, a park basically just like a 2-minute walk from my house. There's one I actually next to a pond, and I just will go and sit under it for
Me too. Yeah.
hours at a time. Yeah.
Mm.
And then the last one's a little bit different. So this one's called Good Night. So good night, my sweet, lay down your head, here on my arm or in our bed. Here against my heart, it beats in my chest, each one for you, as here we rest. Good night, my sweet, may your dreams take flight, let your imagination sing as you hold me tight. Adventures abounding, all there in your mind, go forth, good traveler, just don't leave me behind. Good night, my sweet, I pray the night grants peace, some respite for you, perhaps a chance at relief. From a grieving world full of fear and hate, just breathe my love, it all can wait. That's the last
Oh,
one.
nice. I like that. And you are getting compliments. Awesome.
Thank you.
Lots of from
Ow.
Allison. These are beautiful from Rosanna. Moira, nice. Not just nice, but cool as well.
Yeah, I'm
Experimental.
definitely more into the rhyming style of poetry.
Mhm. For me, it comes and goes, but yeah, I love it. And Jane,
Hi,
yeah,
Jane.
look at Jane.
Hello.
Oh, look, Haley's with us, sharing her poetry. So it was definitely very cool. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Was there anything else you wanted to share about your favorite poets or writers or anything of that nature before I give it over to Jeff?
I'm saying give it over to Jeff and I'll think on it.
All right. There you go. Meow.
Okay.
Take it away, Jeff.
This is called Seen and Heard. Seen and heard. The desire to be creative, the want to fulfill my every need. Never will I be pacified. We take for granted that as a baby to cry is a gift. That's our ticket to be seen, for then only not to be heard. When those calls are denied in adulthood, it's still the fright. When to be heard, we fear to be seen. Yet we're buck naked as we try to disrobe against the monopoly engendered beauty oversold, while we try to disengage from what we've been told. It's no longer as cute as it once was, as they wanted to make it seem. We scream, yet never shall they or we remember it was all just a dream. I'm walking proof that I've grown to crawl, yet found the courage to stay aloof through it all. Just not to be seen, but lay myself bare at your feet so I can just get by without so much as a peep.
I did the mute. Very cool. Oh, Allison, you're rubbing up. Actually, it's funny. Her and I have actually swapped. Before it was her muting for getting takeoff and vice versa. So now I'm doing it. So was there anything else you wanted to share, Jeff? Was there any other pieces?
Yeah. This is called Role Reversal. Role reversal when I knew you before. So much in a hurry to get home. The boy inside will never grow, not even yet a man, but he understands it's all the same as being alone. When I knew you before, can't pinpoint precisely when the resignation began. When I knew you before, I was the calm before the storm. When I should have been relieved in spite of all I've seen, the ground was continually pulled from under me. When I knew you before, when I should be looking forward as your beacon, as your sun, somehow I've lived it all down in more ways than one.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I feel that one.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And yes, really quick, Caleigh was sharing us her hand-created, art-drawn deck that she created of dogs for Lenormand. And Jane loves Lenormand. So she has a Lenormand, doggy Lenormand deck, Jane. I think you think that's cute. So So, oh, this is funny. Aries girl, you got a poem to share? I don't know. We may have to see if she wants to write and join us
Does
some
she?
night. So let's see. Shazza said that was so thoughtful.
I like Moira's comment. She says we need a spoken word cafe. I'm thinking of like a woo-woo speakeasy or something.
Yep. You know, with the snap.
Yep.
I can't remember what they used to do.
The moody lighting and
yeah. the black turtlenecks, the you know, the little berets, and you know.
You got it.
Yeah, I went to one in Buffalo. I went to a live poetry, and it was was there with my friend Amanda, and all of a sudden, you know, someone was up reading, and all of a sudden people started going, and I'm looking at Amanda going, "What are they?" What? And she goes, "No," she goes, "That's part of, you know, people are getting into it. They're letting the poet know. Yep, you got it. Speech, you know, speak, preach, you know, that kind of for." And I was like, "Oh, wow, that's kind of cool." So, yep, all wearing black. And Allison, no, Stephen, I do not have this talent, but I definitely enjoy listening and reading. Okay, I'll leave that alone. So yeah, I'm going to read something, and this is, I gotta have this little segue into this poem. Caleigh and Jeff were away from me backstage, and I hadn't quite picked out my poems yet, and I had just opened my book, went to go put myself in my screen, and there they were. I'm like, oh, and Caleigh's sitting there knitting, and I was like, oh, you knit, yeah. So I'm looking down, and the word knit was sitting right up at me from the page. So I said, I guess this is supposed to be one of the ones I'm going to read tonight. But this one was 2017, either 17 or 18. I'm going to say probably more 17 because it's directly next to this one. So let's go. We're going to go for it. So the wood was collected from 3 pairs of hands. A circle of women knit me an invitation, luring her to the feast. The kettle called the pot into being. A cauldron black and bound her wrists, legs, and feet. And when they built their altar from her ashes, gray lavender snow powders the concrete landscape, humanesque. Sometimes it's just words, and I don't know, you know, so.
That's so emotive, and the smell of lavender too. Oh my God.
It needs to be rewritten. I haven't, you know, fixed it since I first initially. It's a little rough, but I like that one. I just love how the word knit appeared when she was sitting there and she was knitting. Okay, let's see.
Definitely got some visuals with that one.
Very cool. So the other one on the opposite page. She forms her shadow into a black orchid, shrouding the candle-lit room with silk nylon over perfumed limbs, barren of fruit, reaching to the snow moon with empty lust. That's that one. Ooh. And let's see, and I'll read this one and I'll be done for my 3. Black ice hidden beneath a pale shelter, hidden within a bottle of rose water, monatomic glass, melting, frozen chambers, renewing cells, a memory of verse. Lips lie in wait to speak their curse. And that was that one. Those are my offerings for tonight. Hi, Sylvia. Everyone popping in. And and Allie. Hello, Allie. Welcome, welcome. So let's see. I did talk to my cards once without me, though. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Yes, Lavender. Okay. So hello, poets. Hello, Allie.
Hi, Allie.
Fatima says, nice poems for us. Thank you, Fatima. Yes, Beatnik Cafe. Snap for approbation. Okay. Thank you, Moira. Nice. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So let me get myself out of here. And we are at 8:35, which is actually perfect timing because we were discussing backstage. We can do a collective and we can pull, as we have, it's 8:35. We can pull as many cards. I know Jeff likes to pull a card and then create poetry, right there on the spot. You can do it however you feel like doing it tonight, however you're vibing. For me, I pulled out my Muse Tarot because Chris Ann likes to write poems after her cards. And I thought I would, instead of reading, the card mate, just reading the poem and showing the card and letting that energy from her poem and the image, let that speak to you and see how that resonates and how that reads to you. So Caleigh is
I'm
out.
going. Yeah.
So Caleigh is out.
I'm going to say I
Yeah.
need to. I'll need to pull some cards here, but I'm going to. I actually pull cards for myself on the weekends for the week coming up. So I'm going to do basically what I do for myself for everybody. So I pull 2 cards from the Liquid Crystal Oracle. This is my new favorite Oracle deck. I actually, when handling the cards the first time, had basically chills for about 2 minutes straight, just from holding the cards. So it's a very special Oracle deck for me. And then this is the other one. So I usually pull Healing Spirits Oracle card as well. And they, most of the time, tend to complement each other. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then if any of you are ready before I am, feel free to go ahead.
Sorry, I was just taking a sip of coffee. Jeff, are you ready or do you want
I'll go first.
Okay.
Not by the moonlight, not by the daylight. Looking through you, seeing how transparent you are, with the lack of discretion, you hold a candle, looking for someone in good stead to help find you out of this depression. Yet the inspiration for which you're looking is all inside. It was never one else's, only yours to hide. So I use the Queen of Wands, the Temperance reversed, and then what they call the Luminary in this deck. It's the Monster Tarot by Joanna Nelson. It's a cute deck. The first time I saw it was on Denise Walker's channel, Spiritual Growth Tarot.
And were you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. And JJ made it. Hello, JJ. Good to see you. Yeah.
Hi, Judah.
And Allie said that was lovely, Jeff. And Rossi says that Liquid Crystal Oracle is very beautiful and powerful. Yes, I've seen several readers use that, and it's very nice. And Moyer wants to know, what is the luminary?
This, I think, the equivalent of the sun. They just bring it. It brings things to light. It's not the name of the deck, but it's a card in the deck like the sun. But what's strange about it is in this deck, it's the first card in the whole deck. So I'm still a little baffled by it, only because normally the sun would come later. But basically, it's just artist interpretation. As darkness fills the sky, the luminary brings warmth and light to those around her, revealing the unseen hope in the guiding light.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
All right. She says, gotcha. All righty. So I think Kayleigh's still considering. So I went ahead and I pulled the top and the bottom, and this was very interesting. The top of the deck, I got the Two of Voices, which would be the Two of Swords. And on the bottom, I got the Two of Emotions, Two of Cups. So I got a 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. And what I'm going to go ahead and do because Chris Ann provides a prompt. And so with this being a, poetry and tarot with writing, I thought this would be a great way to share a prompt as well. So if anybody wants to, one of us maybe gets inspired from it, or anybody in chat who wants to write a prompt, whether a poem, a thought, or just a journal, and maybe next time we go live for the poetry, share what they got if they would like to. No pressure whatsoever. But so
I
for
was
the two,
thinking the same thing as Heather, by the way, you guys.
very cool.
Not just too afraid to ask that we try that, but that is what we would like to do.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of fun. So with the two of voices, so I'm just going to do her description because Chris Ann is just really very unique deck creator.
Mm-hmm.
I do not resonate really with the light seers, but when I saw this deck, I had to get it. I think it was Lisa from Spirit Intuitive. They had it, and I was like, oh my God, Lisa, what deck is that? I have to have it. And what I love how what the lines that she puts in for the two of voices, which could be a key word to build off of, is feeling like you are between a rock and a hard place. Silent intuition. So that was very interesting. And for her, the prompt is the many faces of the wind. And I love that. The many faces of the wind. And so the poem is two choices, equally horrible, laughable, palpable, stuck. This angst leaves me lost, with nowhere to know. With nowhere to know. That's interesting. To the same, both the best. Excuse my language, but this is what she wrote in the book. Which the fuck? I did not read this poem beforehand. I'm like, well, that's her poem. I'm going to read it. So this is Chris Ann. And for the two of emotions, which is on the bottom. So this is basically balancing our thoughts, making decisions based on our emotions. And for two emotions, this is what the card looks like. Love that.
That's beautiful. Oh my God.
So, and this is interesting, catalysts for creative collaborations. I kid you not, I can't make that up. And here we are collaborating, creative collaborations. So here we are. The prompt, consorting with devotion. Consorting with devotion.
Consorting with devotion.
Isn't that cool?
Not consorting with the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me believe in all the things that were done to me that I hope are never done to you. But I'll always try and try harder. Just so that you feel devotion.
There we go. And the poem is very short, but it is entangled, enriched, souls perfectly pitched. As our spiral is hitched, new emotion bewitched.
Oh,
very cool.
Yeah.
So those are the cards for the collective. So looking at it, basically learning how to balance our emotions while balancing our thoughts, because our thoughts create our emotions and then our behaviors. So keeping all that in mind, keeping balanced this coming week. And so, and right here really quick, Moira put in consorting with devotion versus consorting with divinity. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Okay, so they're talking equally horrible. Love that. Is that interesting?
Interesting.
Sometimes I don't always get it, but that's okay.
It's interesting
That's the
too, like,
magic of it. Go ahead.
It's interesting that consorting has like a negative connotation, or at least when you first hear the word consorting, like it's like somebody's about to backstab you. I don't know if that's
but with devotion, I love how she plays on that. You know, consort with yourself, with your emotions.
Well,
find out what, you know.
I liked how you said pitched too, because it actually ties into what I wrote. So what I ended up doing is I pulled cards. Apparently 2 wanted to come out of each. So what I did is I took what was on the cards and then made a poem out of them.
Okay.
So I'll show you the cards first, and then I'll read what I wrote. So the first 2 are, so this is from the Healing Spirits. So the first one I got here, it says, "True love can never really be lost." And then the other one I got says, "Your path may be bumpy, but this will alter soon."
Oh, wow. I like the colors.
That looks like a gorgeous sunset, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Allie, I think
And
you have
then
that deck,
from
don't
the
you?
other deck, so Liquid Crystal deck.
I love that.
So these are the ones I got from the other deck.
Are those sigils
And what
on
actually,
those cards?
what I really like about these ones, they're actually light language.
Gotcha.
So JJ will find them particularly probably interesting. But yeah, it's light language writing. So it's Atlantean. It goes back to the Atlantean stuff. So it's liquid crystal. So every card has a crystal, a word that is affiliated with that crystal, and then the light language writing. But the 2 cards I got, so the first one was Red Jasper, which is nurturing. And then the other one was Kyanite, which is alignment. So I tried to tie in the words that are on here, so nurturing and alignment, with the 2 sentences that were on these cards. So what I got was, "Your path may be bumpy, but this will alter soon, like the nurturing light of the sun or moon. Like these rays true, love can never be lost. Align yourself like a lighthouse for the lost boat tossed."
Can you repeat that again?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
"Your
Little
path
slower.
may be bumpy, but this will alter soon, like the nurturing light of the sun or moon. Like these rays true, love can never be lost. Align yourself like a lighthouse for the lost boat tossed."
Wow. I love the nurturing of the sun and moon. I love that, Caleigh.
So I tied in the
I
alignment.
might have to borrow that.
You get all that from those cards. Wow.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Very nice. And Allie was right.
Yep.
She said she's got that deck. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Ooh,
Yeah, it was
thank you.
the artwork that called me to that deck. It's absolutely gorgeous artwork.
Mm-hmm. And JJ is here. She says lovely. So she did get to see those cards. They're light language cards. And also Patricia Heaslip, she also has created a light language deck as well. She's an artist and she created a light language deck as well. So it's interesting to see how within a year of me at least meeting JJ, how light language is becoming more prevalent and becoming more part of our circle, our community. It's very nice. I love the cover. That's pretty. Very nice. And Pisces Greeter popped in to say hello. So she's out giving hugs. And let's see. I just saw a comment about the kyanite. Oh, okay. Yes. You're here. Hello. Everyone gets to see you and your beautiful eyes. So it's time for you to get down now. All right. There we go. If I didn't do that, it would have been nonstop interference. So let's see. Okay, I just see something about the kyanite. I'm looking for it. There we go, Allie.
Yeah, it was.
Kyanite also helps with mental
They just said
health.
that they liked. Yeah. And they said they liked it, the blue or black. Yeah, there's 2 different types.
Yes, for when I first learned about black and blue kyanite, I was told to put one in one hand and one in the other, and their resonating energies were to help pull in the energy, the receptive energy, bring in the energy in, cleanse through, take what is no longer needed, and then get sent out through the other one. And it was like a circadian circulation of energy. So that was my first introduction into to the kyanite.
I'm wearing moss agate today. I don't know.
Oh, beautiful. Now, did you hand wrap that?
I bought it. A friend of a friend made them. So as soon as I saw it, I had to have it though.
I have a friend who does, well, she's not a friend, but I met her through, she does, she goes by Red Root wraps, and very similar
Hi,
work. It's
Gerald.
just beautiful. I used to, hey, Gerald. Hello, hello.
Thanks for
How
popping
are you?
in.
Yes. The Ides of March on the, oh, so TK is, her birthday is the Ides of March. Very cool. My Shan's the 13th. And he was born on Friday the 13th. Oh, Jay just got a birthday coming up.
Ooh.
Very nice. Another Pisces. And Moira says, I use selenite and kyanite exactly that way. You know, it's we're all different. And so certain combinations of crystals will have different effects for each of us. So that's where we, get some different crystals and we play with them and see which resonates more and what helps with one aspect compared to another aspect, and just kind of let them guide us and teach us how we use them and work with them. It's beautiful. I absolutely love my crystals. And JJ, I always keep this right here, my dear, my beautiful crystal from you. So that stays right here. And I saw something else.
There you go,
Okay, no,
Moira.
I clicked on that. Let's see. Yep, moss tree. I'm going to put you in the big because I want to see that. That's gorgeous. Oh, wow. That is lovely. Look at that. Yeah, I did wire wrapping, but not that well. Wow, that's beautiful. And yes, Allie, I saw your video was it the other day, or I just haven't been able to, but I'm glad you're feeling better. I know Allie was feeling a little under the weather. So Allie, I'm glad you're feeling better. And TK is going to be 60 this year. Ooh, big 6-0. Very nice. All righty. So we are at 8:51. We're almost at the end of the hour. So is there anything else that you wanted to share? Jeff? Caleigh?
I could pull some of my artwork if people wanted to see it. But
Sure, why not? Let's make this all about you.
Yeah.
I guess so. Let's continue making that all about you tonight.
gotta remember where I stuck everything.
Yeah, Jeff and I have been encouraging Caleigh behind the scenes to start doing maybe even just a weekly, pulling her cards and just doing a video and posting it, for the energy this week. Let's get her some content. And I said, we got Cleo up to almost 200 or 200, and she didn't have any content. So let's give Caleigh some encouragement and start hitting those numbers.
So this one's actually a past life regression from a past life regression I did.
Ooh, very cool. Nice. Hello, Jay.
And
Jay from Jay Majestic just popped in to say hi. Caleigh is currently sharing, just started sharing some of her artwork with us.
mm-hmm. Just trying to figure out where I stuck everything. I've been trying to organize everything.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Tell me about it. It's not easy.
I think it might be in the back of the other one. I have everything in binders, but then it's remembering where I stuck them in the binders. There we go.
Thank you, Allie. She says you're all talented.
This is actually...
Thank you, Allie.
Thank you.
This one's super interesting. So this one I actually got from holding... So Tanis has a crystal skull, Bonita. She might have heard her mention it or seen it. She's posted her in videos before. So I actually sat and held her for a bit in meditation. And so this is the visual I got.
Oh, no, those blue figures, are those star beings?
So they were people. The reason I drew them the way I did is I couldn't necessarily tell if they were human, so to speak. Like I couldn't get a visual enough to make any defining features, but that was the visual I got.
Wow. There is another lady who...
For the last couple minutes, if anybody wanted to see the deck again, I can go through the deck. I don't know if people were
Well, Moira asked if you plan on doing a Lenormand deck flip through. That would be something I would recommend if you get your channel going, is to do a flip through, record it, or go live, whichever feels more comfortable, and start doing a flip through, and start showing people what you got.
That's true, Rossi, too. Yeah, I did the fans. You might have seen the fans, Michelle's fan and Tanis and Jen's fans that they have. The ones I painted, yeah.
Now, Jay asked, where is that? I think she was referring to the drawing. Do you know where that was when you meditated? I think she might be like Atlantis, Lemurian, a temple.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got. I couldn't tell you for certain, but yeah, that was definitely the vibe I got for sure. Like the visual I had was like it was me sitting on the shelf as the crystal skull. Like it was the position that Bonita would have had of what they were seeing. It was kind of the visual I was getting anyway.
Very nice. And Moira said, let it all hang out. So do your flip through, let it all hang out. There was another storyteller Pat or story. Oh, I haven't seen her in so long. But when she would do live shows with Lisa from Spirit Intuitive, with Sonia Rain Lee, and people would ask for a reading, and Pat would take her pen, like you would sit there and draw a shape or a figure or words, or she'll choose a certain color pencil, and then she would put it up to the camera and say, this is what I feel this message was coming through.
Yeah,
very much like that. I love that.
These are ones I did for people at one point. I would just look at them and draw the colors that made me think about it. So this one's Tanis's, actually. That one was Tanis.
Now, Caleigh, I am getting total vibes off of those pieces.
Yeah, and that was the other one.
That is, I love that. Yeah. And Jay said that picture that you drew, she says she's been there. You want to put that back up really quick?
Yeah, sure.
If you don't mind.
No, not at all. Gotta figure out where
I want to see those other ones too on a big screen as well.
Give me one.
Yeah,
second here. Gotta figure out where I just stuck it
too. That was beautiful. I really felt the colors, the energy. But that's me. That's how I read.
Yeah, there it is.
I love color.
This one
and Shazad said that's really amazing. Okay, so Jay says she has been there. And so, Jay, do you feel that those are light beings from Earth, or do you think those are star beings? With the blue, I know like Pleiadians and Arcturians are supposed to be blue. But yeah, and there's 4 of them, which makes me kind of think of the 4s in tarot. Foundation. You're building a foundation. You're building a place of celebration. She says, yep, that's a healing pool. Very
cool. Answer Rossi's question. I don't know if they're necessarily auras, but they're just like the color feelings that I get when looking at a person. Because I don't see auras myself.
Yeah.
And then as far as fans, I actually got them. They're fabric fans that I got off of Amazon, and then I ended up using acrylic paint mixed with fabric medium. I drew on them with Sharpie and then painted them, and they seem to have held up.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
I got to see actually both of them. I got to see the prototypes. Right?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Or they were sent off. Yep, I got to see the prototypes, and then I got to see the beautiful one when Michelle got it and she opened it up and shared it with everybody.
Yeah. And that one is a story in itself. It went missing for about 2 weeks.
So Jay says, yes, that's a healing pool, and you go in there to bathe along with sound resonance healing. And Jay says, you're a natural, Caleigh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That make you feel good?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So let me wow, and we're at the hour. So any last minute shout outs or this coming week? I know, Jeff, you said you're taking a break for a while. You had what was it, what do they call that in hockey? You had a hat trick today.
I had a hat trick.
She had a hat trick. Yeah. Oh, don't we all need a nice lawn soak in a healing pool? I agree with you,
Mm.
Stephen. And so just, moving forward, Kaylee says she likes to pull cards, for the week. So that'd be nice to start maybe sharing some of that in a quick, with it, whether it's
No
just
pressure.
a video, no pressure, or just one of those shorts. I feel kind of awkward doing the shorts. I like sitting and talking with people on a live, but that may
Yeah.
resonate with you. It might make you less nervous. All different ways of doing it. You need a
I'd have
fan
to
to be
figure out
on.
how to do all that techie stuff.
Yeah. Same here. And oh, look who's here. Michelle. Hello. I'm so excited for your new channel, Caleigh. Well,
Hey, Michelle.
it's the same channel, Michelle, but we're trying to get Caleigh to start feeling a little bit more comfortable, kind of push past her comfort zone and kind of take that first step, because I kept putting it off, saying, I'm not ready yet. I'm not a good reader yet. I really don't want it. And then was just like, enough, Heather, just do it. And then when you do that first one, it's like,
Yeah.
Oh, when do I get to do it again? That was so much fun. And then it's like jumping into a pool, oh my God, it's cold. But then when you get in there, oh, it feels so good, So yeah, don't be afraid
Well, and
to
I think
take
I could do once a week.
Just start out once a week, and if you feel comfortable and you want to come on my channel or come with Jeff and I on Sundays. I like to, maybe start doing this regularly on a Sunday if, that fits everybody's schedule, and get used to doing it that way and getting comfortable. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and start just doing more of on your own channel, let it
Well, and if
flow,
anybody else wants
organically.
to have me hang out with them, my email's down below. You can email me.
Yes.
I would be very happy to hang out with other people on their channels if they want me.
And Jay said Diana, oil painter, has been there too, to that pool as well. Very cool.
Shows you it's not just all up in here.
Nope. No, it is not. And so that, I guess that will be it for this evening. Wow, what a wonderful show. Everybody in chat, thank you. It was so nice to see so many people popping in.
Thank you for
I
coming.
got one.
Oh, you got another one?
Yeah, I got one. In just for parting. In your authority you stand, yet out of your skin you want to jump. But little do you know, like a salamander, you're under there. You're able to regenerate what it is that you don't think they can stand. The cup runneth over. You're having to be a man, yet all you do is wonder what left you behind, falling through the quicksand. And now here we are, so many choices, too little time. I wonder what's left in this world for me to find. That's it.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jeff.
Yep.
And everybody, again, thank you for joining us. Hope you all had a great weekend. Yes, thank you for coming.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Heather.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Caleigh, for coming
nice
on.
To meet you.
Definitely have to do this again.
Yeah.
And yeah, everybody have a great week coming up, and we will see you on the next live. Have a good night.